So, I hear you're flying solo.
It's time once again for another episode of Flying Solo, a podcast dedicated to discussions encompassing all aspects of the Star Wars universe.
I got a bad feeling about this.
And now, broadcasting from a room far away from his loving wife, Nikki.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're about to enter a territory possibly more unforgiving than a Sarlacc pit. You're now flying solo with your host, Steve-O Solo.
Don't get me started on Broom Kid, please. Oh, no. Might have to save that for a whole nother podcast. Broom Kid irks me so much. I love the concept behind it. The idea that anybody, anywhere can be a Force user. Okay, like I didn't like that at first, but it's fine. The Force should not be reserved for the Skywalkers. But, again, presenting something in a movie where we have so many years of history and track record. This goes back to the whole does it make sense argument for me. We were introduced to Broom Kid at the end of The Last Jedi, and he used the Force to move a broomstick. How? This kid might not even know what a Jedi or what the Force is based off of his living conditions. The reason why it doesn't make sense, because we were introduced to Anakin Skywalker as a child. The highest M count of anyone ever, even more than Master Yoda. The Force obviously guided him, but he never Force touched anything. He never moved anything with the Force. He didn't know that shit was there. He couldn't, and he's supposed to be you're telling me Broom Kid's more powerful than Anakin Skywalker? Is that what you're going to tell me? Most of my issues with things is not about the concept, but it's about how they fit. Like the idea of midichlorians, as an example, it's like I don't like the idea of inserting science into the Force in Star Wars because science is meant to be not like there's not any wiggle room with science. There shouldn't be. But you didn't need to inject science into Star Wars. It doesn't fit for me. But the reason, the concept behind it, whatever, it is what it is. It's the injection of something like that into the story. Which is like injecting someone like Broom Kid into the story. We've already been introduced to the most powerful person ever, according to the story. And we met him as a child. Probably the same age as Broom Kid. But it's just all of my issues surround the story. It has nothing to do with the idea that the Force should be limited to certain people. I mean, that's okay too. It is okay. It's okay that not everyone could be a Jedi. That's okay. But I get that that's the message and it's fine. But the fact that we had met a child who was considered the most powerful ever couldn't, well, not that he couldn't, he didn't. He didn't move anything. He didn't physically use the Force because he doesn't know how to. It doesn't work that. At least we've been told all of these years that it doesn't. If it worked that way, why do these kids go through such intensive training? Because they have to learn it. You don't get just to start Force pulling stuff to you just cause. It doesn't happen. This isn't Harry Potter, where you're given a wand and you just Even though I love Harry Potter. It's one of my favorite things ever. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm too obsessive about cohesive stories, but all these movies are tied in. They're all connected. They're all in the same timeline. Grogu, it's been confirmed that he had training. Grogu was able to Force choke and Force heal because he was already in the Jedi Academy. They just confirmed that. Which, if they never confirmed that, would have been a huge hole. Wait, wait, what? but like good storytellers, because Filoni and Favreau are phenomenal storytellers, they made sure to fill that gap. Like, we can't have this baby, this 50-year-old baby, using the Force, but we got to reveal that he was trained. I don't know, maybe he saw Anakin Force choking people while he was at the temple. It's hard. You can't fully criticize something like that until it's over. You got to wait till it's over. If they wrapped up the series and they never explained how he had the ability to Force choke or to stop that giant fucking monster, like, Broom Kid is just a symbol that the Force is still out there. Well, that's a terrible example, because he didn't prove that it's just out there. He proved that he could use it, which is a little too far, a little too much. But like I told you, it's going to be really easy to get me on tangents. So now that's it from me.